You create a PR with one-line text change. Then you see 12 pipelines are running in GitHub Actions. Suddenly one action fails and also you're waiting for the approval. You rerun the pipeline, again it fails. Then your environment also requires 2 approvers, so you're waiting for 2 of your colleagues to approve your PR. I just wanted to fix a typo, just a typo. But apparently, I triggered a distributed compliance pipeline. 14 checks, 3 workflows, 2 approval, and 1 existential crisis. Wait, are we over-automating? There was a time CI was really simple. Push your code, run the test, green check mark, and deploy. Life was clean. Then GitHub launched GitHub Actions in 2019. And we thought, finally CI/CD is inside the GitHub. Our life will be easier. Because let's be honest, before that we were all babysitting Jenkins. So when GitHub Actions showed up, YAML in the code, clean runners, no plugin archaeology, it felt like somebody cleaned the room. For a while, we thought complexity is over. And it did at first. Our workflow used to look like this. Beautiful, minimal, peaceful. Then someone said we should add linting. Another said we should add coverage. Then somebody said let's add Docker build. Okay. Let's add security scan. Okay, fine. Then somebody said let's add SBOM. Then somebody said let's add arc build. Then matrix build. Add caching for the performance. Now we are optimizing it, making multiple workflow files. Then we need staging development, then production, then preview environments, then required approvals, then protected branches, then required status checks. And suddenly our simple YAML file becomes 700 lines of configuration, 20 files and folders of workflows, and you don't remember writing half of it. Here's the thing about automation, it feels free. Adding one more step, easy. Adding one more check, safe. Adding one more gate, responsible. But automation compounds. Every check adds up. Time, complexity, cognitive loads, failure points, and slowly, shipping your code feels like submitting the visa application. Let's talk about the PR. When you open a pull request, then you must pass the lint, pass unit test, integration test, security scan, license scan, secret detection, container scan, formatting check, custom organization policies, branch naming validation, and if it fails, start again. And at some point we feel like we stopped preventing bugs and we stopped progressing. Now don't get me wrong, automation is powerful. It prevents the regression, enforces standards, improves the security, and reduces human error. But here is the trade-off that we rarely talk about. Speed versus friction. If your pipeline takes around 2 minutes, flow state intact. 15 minutes, you start to check Twitter. 40 minutes, you forget what you are actually working on. Over-automation doesn't slow only the machines. It slows down humans. And humans are the most expensive part. There is also something psychological happening. More checks feels more safer. More automation feels mature. More YAML file feel more enterprised. But complexity doesn't equivalent to robustness. Sometimes it feels like fragile. Because now a flaky test blocks the production. A third-party action updates breaks build. GitHub runner outage stops the releases. One expired secret stops everything. You didn't just automate the workflow, you just centralized your risk. There is a deeper question in it. Is automation empowering the developers or is it constraining them? When every changes require 3 approvals, 2 environment, 9 checks, 1 security review, are we optimizing for safety or are we creating some kind of friction? But here's the irony. Pipelines were created to remove the bottlenecks, but sometimes pipeline itself becomes the bottleneck. GitHub is not a Git anymore, it's a CI engine, security scanner, artifact store, container registry, deployment orchestrator, secret manager, policy enforcer. That's basically the whole infrastructure. Here's the honest answer. Sometimes, yes. Not because automation is bad, but because we rarely remove our automations. We only add. Checks accumulates. Workflow grows until changing a logs message requires a compliance ceremony. Automation should reduce the cognitive load. If it increases, then we cross the line. So next time when you add one GitHub Actions, ask yourself or ask your team, does this prevent a real problem? Or does it just make us feel safer? Is this guardrail necessary? Or are we building speed bumps everywhere? Because automation is powerful, But overautomation, that's just the bureaucracy written in YAML5. Final line. We automate deployments. We automate test. We automate security. But now maybe we need to automate restraints. That's all for this video. If you think this video was helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. We will see us in the next video with the similar informative content. Thank you for watching.